Hello everyone, welcome to REV KEV TV Speaks. What I want to speak to you about is my journey and how this one action figure changed my life. You see, June the 5th, 2010, I went to Promo Last Events in Atlanta, Georgia. There I met several people that I'd looked up to, I'd watched on television, Raven being one, Lex Luger being one, Chief Jay Strongbow, Nick Patrick, the referee, Ernest the Cat Miller, Glacier, Ron Simmons, Howard Finkel, and the list goes on. But one in particular person that I was really excited about meeting was this man, Diamond Dallas Page. You see, he was there, and he was the first one that I met. You start the line. I remember that day very, very discreetly in memory. You had Diamond Dallas Page, Kimberly Page, and Booker T. It was just in a line, and you had Raven and Lex Luger at the table. The last person was Nick Patrick. But when I met Diamond Dallas Page, I had this exact same figure that I gave him, and he signed to Kevin, Diamond Dallas Page, bang. And I was so excited about that. I'd got the VIP package, so I got everybody that was there. And it included a workout, a YRG workout, which is now known as DDP Yoga or DDPY. It included that workout, and so I went and I sat through the Inspiration Meets Perspiration workshop and listened to Diamond Dallas Page as he talked about his struggles with dyslexia and growing up, and how he was on a young reading level at such an older age, and how he started professional wrestling when he was 35, and how he blew his back out, and how Kimberly his wife at the time, had suggested yoga, and him being a guy said yoga, I would be dead doing yoga. So he goes around, he tells that story to this day, but I remember that day very discreetly, because that day he introduced me to a man by the name of Arthur. And many people have seen that video, and it's went viral, but I remember seeing the original video, which I shared on my Facebook earlier today, that really touched me. And I watched it today and remembered back on June the 5th, 2010, when I saw it for the first time, and tears filled my eyes as I was watching it. Arthur is a big inspiration to all of us. He's the example of never give up, never quit. And I still brushed it off. I was inspired, I was amazed, I was amused. It was just awesome seeing his transformation. But I still brushed it off, and I left. I didn't stay for the workout, but I did listen to the Inspiration Meets Perspiration speech. But when I went outside the door, I had a raffle ticket. And they drew my number. I think there was like 5 of us there that had a raffle ticket. They had 3 things to give out. Some pictures and this action figure, which I won. But the action figure says, do YRG workout or else. Bang. Diamond Dallas Page. And this particular action figure sits beside the one that I originally purchased and had him sign. It hangs at the very top of my wall in my wrestling room because it's a reminder. On June the 8th, I took my 6 pictures. I ordered the DDP Yoga, or at the time YRG workout fitness program. I was out on my back porch, similar to this where I'm at right now, and I took my 6 photos. I took my front, I took my side, I did my squat, I did my one-legged pose, but at that time I was grabbing onto my pants leg. If you look at it, I'll show the original picture, but I was holding on to my pants leg, But now to this day, I can get it up to here. And I sat down and I stretched forward. I can't do that in this video the way this angle. But I say that to say this. The 6 pictures are important. You don't have to put them up on Facebook. You don't have to put them on the team DDP yoga page. They're very important and they're very good to look back on. I went 6 months into the program, and by that time I'd lost 138 pounds. I started doing the P90X workout on top of it. I started running. I ran my first 5K in under 40 minutes. That was 4 months. Actually, 4 months to the day after I had started the YRG workout. I got that time down to 28 minutes by the middle of that next year. But I started eating gluten again. I started eating dairy again. I got the mindset, hey, I'm here. I've got the hardest part over. Now I'm here. What I failed to realize is the hardest part was keeping the weight off. You see, I got all the weight off. I was at the top of that mountain, very peak of the mountain. Behind me is the beautiful Fort Mountain here in Chatsworth, Georgia. I was at the very peak of that. And when I started eating gluten and dairy again, I started slipping in the clay, slipping in the mud, slipping on down. You see, my grandmother passed away September the 15th, 2011, and that took a toll on me as well. And I continued to slip on down. I graduated the police academy. I started applying for jobs, and they was not coming because I was eating the gluten and the dairy. Because I was letting my grandmother get to me, my weight had escalated to 230 pounds at that time, and it just kept going up, and I just could not get the motivation that I had before and continue on. I was still living in misery. I was living in pain, and I was living in sorrow from the loss of my grandmother. But here's even more news. Is I've told this in the previous video that April Fool's Day, it's a beautiful April day today, April Fool's Day 2012, I found out I was going to be a father. At this time, like I've said before, I was living with my parents. I was working a minimum wage job at a Captain D's restaurant. It was very difficult to cope that I could not get my dream job as a police officer. I was still living at home with my parents. I was married, and now I'm going to be a father. God, what are you thinking? God, what are you thinking? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you putting me in so much misery and so much shame? God, why? God, why this? God, why that? I had all these questions, but the real answer was within me. Why was I letting life defeat me? Why was I letting these miserable times and these sorrows and these bad newses and everything just bottled up on one? Why was I letting it push me down the side of the mountain? I'm telling you right now, I'm a minister, I'm a Christian. There's a song called God on the Mountain, and it says, for the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. You see, the God that I serve, the God that I worship, was the same one when I was at the top of that mountain. And as I started to slide down, he was the same God. And when I got down in that valley, 342 pounds at the very least bottom pit that I could be at, I couldn't get the police job. And all of this, I'm going to be a father. I lost my grandmother. My grandmother has been gone for nearly 4 years, and it hurts me to this day. But I'm telling you right now, God has helped me find peace in my heart, and I found peace, and I've started back on my DDP yoga comeback trail. You see, I started at 342 last July. Here it's April, and I'm 255. April 2015. I'm telling you, but I didn't really start solid on the workouts on the eating plan until December of 2014 at 321. So here I am today. Here I am standing. I'm doing things that I never thought that I'd ever do. And it's because I got down on my knees and I prayed for some help and for some guidance in 2010. And I went to a promo last events, and I met Diamond Dallas Page, and I won this action figure that changed my life. You see, I went to the top of the mountain, I started to fall, but this figure was always there. This action figure was there to remind me, to show me the way. I'm telling you right now, DDP Yoga is a family. You can try to put it on the back burner. You can try to hide it in a bookshelf and lock it with a lock and throw away the key. That's what I was doing. I was ignoring the whole program. I was ignoring everything. Everything that I saw DDP Yoga related, YRG related, I ignored. Tell me, this figure spoke measures. I could have threw this figure away. I could have set it on fire. But this figure meant so much to me. This figure was God's answer to me. I'm telling you right now, you may be in a slumbering path. You may be struggling right now. You may have some injuries you're working through. You may have some death that you're going through, some pain you're going through. But Rev Kev's here to say, there is peace. There is hope. And I'm telling you right now, everybody welcomed me back with open arms, and I'm here with open arms. I'm telling you right now that whether it's an action figure, whether it's a person, whether it's a video, whether it's a testimony, whatever it is that might inspire you, just continue, stay focused, and together you will own your life. Bang!